Good morning, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation. Today is Saturday, the 20th of July, and the moon is in Capricorn. The moon moved into Capricorn yesterday, I think, and we have a Capricorn full moon coming at the last degree of Capricorn. That's going to be happening tomorrow, early tomorrow morning. So today, the whole day, the moon is in Capricorn. The Capricorn moon always brings a more sort of serious tone into the day. So we're feeling serious today. We're also feeling the need to perhaps assert our authority with the moon in Capricorn. But we're just the authority is felt, and the authority is out there. And when we have the full moon, we're going to see some sort of awareness, harvest. I don't know if I'd call it a resolution, but perhaps a decision made. Now, the big story today, because the big story, of course, is the full moon, but that's happening tomorrow. The big story today is Mars. Now, Mars has been moving through Taurus for a while now. Mars in Taurus is slow and steady. It's almost as if, it's like a team of oxen and one of those old-fashioned things that used to break the ground with somebody behind it, sort of with, leading the oxen where the oxen need to go. And so what we find at the end of Mars in Taurus, because Mars will be moving into Gemini today, to me, when I see it in my mind's eye, it's these sort of trenches. It's sort of these dug up trenches like you would do in preparation for planting new seeds, right? So the earth has been things in the earth have been unearthed. Perhaps that's what I want to say. And of course, there's plenty of things that have been unearthed. Mars spends about 6 weeks in a sign, unless it's retrograde, and then it will spend up to 6 months in a sign. So it's, again, this slow, steady energy. Well, Mars leaves Taurus today, but not before it makes a sextile, which is an aspect of opening up, communication, fact gathering with the sun, with the planet Neptune. Now, Neptune is hard to describe because it can be the best of us and it can be the worst of us. It can be our most ideal vision or in a utopia, or it can be a total lie and a fabrication and debauchery and illusion and delusion that brings the fall, right? So it's a difficult energy, and always a difficult energy to pin down, because there's always this dissolving quality that Neptune has. And in Pisces especially, that sort of tripled down on. And we're at the last degree of Pisces, which we've been sitting at for months now. It is moving retrograde, Neptune, although Neptune moves so slowly that you might not even be aware. It just feels like one big soup. And this sextile does give us access to the spiritual side of Neptune, as well as the delusional side. And of course, Mars deals with our ability to move forward. Now, it's going to leave that sort of practical, doing all the heavy lifting Taurus energy into Gemini, which is a whole different vibe, right? Gemini is communication, it's speaking, it's the like. And remember, Pluto is in Aquarius right now, and Gemini and Aquarius are both air signs. So this energy of sort of like trudging through. And then of course we can't forget that Mars had a conjunction to Jupiter while in Taurus, and Uranus while in Taurus, and we can't forget that one because that's the one that almost took the ex-president's noggin off his shoulders, right? That energy, unexpected, and also in a way the unexpected opposition, or at least from my vantage point, maybe, I'm not an insider, so what do I know, to Joe Biden suddenly. Like, it seemed one thing was like enough, and it was sudden, and it's like, should we jump to conclusions here? And of course, Mars Uranus is all about, in a way, jumping to conclusions. So we can see this energy. It's very destabilizing. It's stabilizing on both sides. Of course, the Republican side has been destabilized now for, I don't know, since 2016. So, it's hard to determine how destabilized they are. But the Democrats have been, like, for the most part, very much, single focus. This is the direction we're going. This is who we're backing. And then all of a sudden, pooh, right? So people are like agog, really, like, what the heck is going on? And I know a lot of you are worried. And I do think that when Mars goes into Gemini, there's going to be all kinds of information flying in all kinds of directions. Now, Mars conversation with Neptune could be a conversation that brings in spiritual, higher insights, compassion, love, and humanity, right? Love of humanity, helping people, right? And it can also bring in fabricators. And I don't mean like making shoes or making clothes or fabricating a house. I'm talking about big fat liars. So, seeing as Gemini rules thieves and liars, there's going to be plenty of those as Mars moves through Gemini. Now, Mars will be in Gemini till September 4th. So the rest of July and all of August. And August promises to be another very powerful month in that it's the 8th month of the year, and we're in an 8 year. And when you add that up together, it's a 16-7. So there's going to be illuminations and all kinds of things, but and what I want to say at this point, you're like, oh no, I'm done. I don't want you to worry about any of it, because first of all, worrying doesn't do shit. And second of all, we can't assume that that's going to be necessarily, it depends. Like, it's all about choice. We have the choice to work with this energy. This energy doesn't say, oh, Mars is in Gemini, everybody's going to turn into a fat liar. No, that's not what it means. It means we have energy in our voice, energy in what we say, energy in our conversations. And if you choose to use that energy in a affirmational way, it works just as easily as if you don't and you choose to do it in a different way, right? The energy doesn't have a moral compass. You do. It's us. We make the choice on how we're going to utilize our energy. So take that energy and share the good word. Say, look, if you have to convince people or just remind people that not everybody is into politics as we are, guys. Just know it. There are people who are sleeping. They're like, I don't listen to politics. They're all a bunch of liars. And after what we've been experiencing, you can't blame them for saying stuff like that, right? But we also know that if we leave the power up to the power brokers, we're going to end up with nothing. So it's important to use your voice during this upcoming Mars in Gemini. But know that there's always two sides to every story. And it's not about disagreeing, it's about informing. So do your best to inform the people who would at least nominally would listen, or nominally, thank you, listen. So that's the story, Morning Glories. That's what I'm going to say to you this morning. So tomorrow is full moon early in the morning. So when I come out tomorrow morning for this, the full moon would have already occurred. And I'm going to try to get up early. It is possible. It is possible that, what was I going to say? The full moon would also occur. It is possible that by that point, the moon will be in Aquarius, but we'll see. I'll see how early I can get up. We did have a few new blossoms. I don't know if you saw them down by the office, but this is echinacea, so that's coming up now. And while we're up here, we can take a look at the hydrangea. It's starting to get a little greener. These change color. Last year they changed color very quickly, but last year we had a lot less rain, and the less rain, the faster the color change. So we can see, like here, it's starting to get rosy on the edges. This is like one of my favorite times with this plant, this color combination. But all of them are beautiful. So that's Story Morning Glories. I hope you had a chance to catch us on Moon, the Mystic Sisters Live. That was on my channel. Check it out if you hadn't. You can always see what we had to say. We pulled some cards. Ona did a mental health spread on J.D. Vance. I pulled some cards on his wife and what's coming up for her. And we talked about, all the political stuff and other stuff. It was a lot of fun. We spent, it was about an hour and a half. We've been keeping it under an hour because neither of us were paid for our StreamYard. You got it like free, but now we both bit the bullet so that we could have longer and perhaps more lives. So anyway, that's the story. And also, if you want more information about the full moon coming up tomorrow morning, you can go to Ona's channel, go to her moonshine episode. I think it was a really good one. We talked a lot because it's not just the full moon that's happening on the full moon, but there's other stuff happening. And later today, I'm going to have my astrology of the week ahead. I'm going to spend a lot of time on that full moon and all the other aspects that are happening at that time. So very interesting week ahead, guys. And we will walk through it together. Much love to you all. Stay cool. Don't worry. Be happy. Seriously, seriously, seriously. Take care of yourselves. We need all the strength we can get to get through the rest of this year. And so if you burn out now, you're not going to be help to no one, especially not yourself. And you are the most important person, right? Honestly. Take care, everyone. Namaste.